Now, if that doesn't impress the young people in the audience, here's something else that might. For those of you who are planning to travel the world to exciting locations, Lonely Planet, the tour guide, just ranked Tel Aviv as the third most exciting city in the world. See, I agree with them, but I don't agree with number one, their number one choice. Of course, it's Jerusalem, but that's next year's report. And I believe this is just the beginning. Israel's best economic days are ahead. If we hope to thwart the dangers and seize opportunities, we must strengthen our unity. And the best way to strengthen Jewish unity is to strengthen Jewish identity. By deepening our connection to our shared past, we fortify our bonds to one another and to our state, and thereby strengthen our common future. And this is why this year I decided to initiate a national heritage plan that will restore and renovate hundreds of Jewish and Israeli sites throughout the country that resonate with our ancient and modern history. I want young people to visit the place where Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, declared our independence, just as I want them to visit the place where our patriarchs and matriarchs, the mothers and fathers of the Jewish nations, are buried. Talk about distortions. Can you imagine that UNESCO tried to deny the Jewish connection to Rachel's tomb right next to Jerusalem and to the tomb of the patriarchs in Hebron? That's the place where Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rivka, and Leah, you know these names. You know these names for almost 4,000 years, and so does the rest of humanity. Billions of people know them, so this will not work. This absurdity to try to erase our past will not work. And this absurd attempt to deny our past will fail as we reconnect a new generation of Jews with their history. They want to know, we all want to know, something that our enemies and the politicized international bodies cannot bring themselves to admit, that the Jewish people are not strangers in the land of Israel. Israel is our home. It has always been our home. It will always be our home. Working with you, Natan Sharansky, and the Jewish Agency to strengthen Jewish identity in the diaspora. Now, I know that there are controversial issues that threaten to divide us, and we need to resolve these in a spirit of compromise and in a spirit of tolerance. As Prime Minister of Israel, I promise you that I will not permit anything to undermine the unity of our people. Israel must always be a place that each and every one of you can call home. Which brings me to Garrett Reisman. Garrett, can you rise, please? Take a look at that man. You know when you say about somebody, well, he's an astronaut? Garrett is a real astronaut. And he accompanied a true Israeli hero, Ilan Ramon. He was his friend and his partner. And after Ilan died in that tragic fall from the heavens, Garrett took care of his son, Asaf, And I met Garrett in Israel when Assaf fell. So I think you've been an exemplary figure, an exemplary friend. I have to say, Garrett, that you have gone higher than any person in this room, but I want you to take one step higher. I want you to make Aliyah to the Jewish state, your home. Come here. And I ask you a simple thing. Will you come, Garrett, and join us in Israel? Yes. That was a yes. Thank you. Thank you. It is the ability of Israel to bring in such talented people and such committed Jews like Garrett.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you. Let me, you know, thank you. Thanks. I just wanted to come up and say that even though I am an astronaut, for a question like that, I still have to go home and check with my wife. So I will get back to you, I promise. Thank you. It's great to see you again.
Get me the wife. My friends, our unity is a critical foundation of our collective strength. And the more we speak with one voice, the more that voice will be heard. And in a rapidly changing world, it needs to be heard loud and clear. At the beginning of the 21st century, the fantastic rise of Asia challenges many nations, but it's not a danger. It's a natural expansion of global wealth that is lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. No, the great danger we face is not from the competition between East and West, but from the aggressive force wedged between them that is spreading its tentacles far and wide. That force is radical Islam, whose fanaticism and savagery knows no bounds. And if I can leave you with one message, it is that we must warn others of this peril, because history has habituated us to a simple proposition that the most advanced weapons were usually developed by the most advanced societies. Yet today, primitive and barbaric tyrannies that stone women, hang gays, promote terror worldwide, send bombs to synagogues, and advance the most fanatical doctrines, can acquire nuclear weapons, the weapons of mass death. And if not stopped, the greatest nightmare of all, nuclear terrorism, can become a reality. The civilized world must not let that happen. And as we continue to build a modern and democratic Israel, as we seek peace with all our neighbors, we must also warn the world about this formidable peril. In standing up for modernity against medievalism, the Jewish people and the Jewish state can play a vital role, and are playing a vital role, in securing our common civilization. And by helping dispel the shadows of a dark despotism, we can truly fulfill our destiny to be a beacon of progress and a beacon of light unto all the nations. God bless you, and see you this year in a united Jerusalem. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
As a security precaution, we